In 3.5, we're going to look at linear inequalities and linear programming. So, most of the questions will ask you find each corner point and graph the system of inequalities. So here you have your 3 inequalities, and we are going to figure out the shaded area between all 3 lines. So each inequality is its own line. So first, let's handle the zeros. Let's handle the zeros first. So this is telling me that for x, it is greater than 0. So that means that through my x point, I'm cutting the x at 0. And so x is going to be greater than 0. So which side is greater? The positive numbers, right? All right, so my line is cutting through the x at 0, and the x is going to be greater. Whoa. Now let's do the y. So my y at 0, so I'm cutting through the y at the 0. And this is telling me that my y is greater than 0. So I am going to shade above it towards the positive numbers. All right, so what is the section? The section at the top right, quadrant 1, so far is shaded. So that is what we're going to be focusing on. Where do all 3 equations touch? So now let me change my pen color, and let's work out the first inequality. So the first inequality, we need to change it to an equal sign and plug in our x and y intercepts. So with intercepts, you plug in zeros. So instead of x, I am going to put a 0 plus my y. Remember, I changed it to an equal sign. So I have y equals 4. So this is my y-intercept because the y is at the 4. So my line is going to touch the y at positive 4. So now start over, but this time I'm going to plug in a 0 for y. So I have 2x plus 0 equals 4. 2x equals 4, divide by the 2, so x equals 2. So under the x is positive 2, so this is my x-intercept at 2, 0. So let's plug in our 2 points. At my positive 4 on the y is up here, and then my positive 2 on the x is over here. And now let's look at our inequality. Does it have a line underneath? Am I doing line or dash? I'm going to do line because it has a line underneath. Okay, so now we need to figure out which way are we shading, under it or above it. So that's our first step, our intercepts. Our second step is our test. So I'm going to use my 0, 0 for my test point. So use your original equation. So instead of x and y, plug in your zeros. So 2 times 0 plus 0, and then bring down my inequality. So is the mouth opening to the bigger number? Yes, it is. So that means 0, 0 is shaded. It is included in our shade. So we are going to shade to the left. So it's included. Technically, this is all shaded, but I just wanted to focus on right here, the common. All right, so that right angle is where our 3 points are. Is the region bounded or unbounded? Well, it is bounded because it's trapped inside of all 3 lines. So this is bounded. Now, if I shaded to the top over here, then that would be unbounded because we go forever and ever and ever. But because the shaded region is trapped inside of the lines, that means it's bounded. List the corners. So I'm going to start with my y-intercept, 0, 4. And you just list them with commas in between. On my math lab, make sure you don't have any spaces. 0, 0, and then 2, 0. So you just list all 3 points here, here, and here, all my corners.